Hey there. Good afternoon. Welcome to Ridge Haven Life. My name is Ian, and I'm heading down to the redwood forest. There was a part of the forest that we cleared, that we thinned the forest floor a couple of weeks ago, and so there were a few burn piles that helped us clear things out. And so I've got a box and a dustbin to go collect some ash that I'll be using in the garden, and the that work to clear things up in that part of the forest really opened that area up for us, and we were able to discover some pretty cool redwoods and other trees that I thought I'd share with you on this video. All right, collected a good amount of ash from the burn pile. And yeah, so first up for what is in this area that we we kind of discovered. First up is this fallen old growth Douglas fir. This is quite the specimen, so well preserved. Having been laid flat, more or less flat, and mostly off the ground. It hasn't really rotted nearly as much as had it been at an angle, at more of an angle, I should say, or lying on the ground. Yeah, this is pretty impressive. Who knows how many decades ago this came down, and it's laying on top of this old growth redwood. So this is a nice bit of length, probably about 8 feet or so. And to get a sense of the scale, I go on selfie mode. So here's that impressive Douglas fir, and yeah, this old growth redwood is something else. Quite a beautiful pair here of some old growth trees. And let's see. While I'm on selfie mode, let's see if I can navigate this. So there's this old growth stump here, redwood stump here, with some nice second growth. Second growth redwood kind of coming out of the stump there, and but then it's this tree back here that is kind of the star of the show. This I believe is an actual old growth redwood. This was here when this area was last logged of redwood. So it's the biggest tree that's around here. I've seen my fair share of second growth forests, and this is definitely larger than a second growth. And so yeah, just to give a sense of scale, how big this tree is. So yeah, pretty impressive to have this here. So just awesome. All right, so over here, not too far from where we just were, there is the old growth redwood I was just standing in front of. Blends in pretty darn well. And so, yeah, over here have some fallen old growth redwood logs, and a lot of cleanup that needs to be done in this area in particular. But yeah, this area right here, so have a nice old growth stump here with a fairy circle. That's when the second growth trees grow in a ring and a circle around the base of an old growth stump after the old growth has been cut down, the redwood's been cut down. And so yeah, this is pretty impressive here. So here are two of the second growth that came out of this stump, but if you follow it down to the base, you actually see that they've fused into one tree. So that's pretty cool. So this right here is technically one redwood coming out of the fairy circle. And this right here is a redwood branch. So just see how massive this thing is. There is a reason that these were called widowmakers back in the day, back in the logging days. So yeah, that's you would not want to be anywhere near that thing coming down. So, and then on this, it's really amazing how the width of the branches can sometimes not be that much dependent on the width of the trunk. So here's an example. Here's a second growth redwood coming out of the fairy circle, and here's this branch, and see how much it extends. That's got to be at least a 40-foot branch coming out of what is a relatively scrawny tree, at least in comparison to what it's right next to. So, yeah, and just to give a sense of scale, I'll go back on selfie mode. So yeah, there's the fused trees right there, and that branch that extends all the way out there. Pretty impressive. So, and then just because I'm happen to be standing right next to it, here's another old growth redwood log. That's a pretty big one. All right, so a little different vantage point. So here's the fused redwood and the widowmaker branch that I was just holding is there. And here's a different vantage point of what the widowmakers look like while they're still on the tree. So those are very impressive branches. Would not want to be standing here in a windy storm or yeah, anywhere nearby with the chance of those things coming down. Okay, so the redwoods we were just looking at with the widowmakers, those are standing straight up in the middle down there. So up this knoll are some pretty cool madrone, and so there's this tree here. That's pretty awesome. Not to discredit this fine madrone that's next to it, but this one's pretty darn impressive. And then this one here is just I don't know what to say. This is awesome. So probably as a result of a lightning strike, there was some sort of a split in the tree, and then somehow like a branch just like perfectly went in the direction of the other surviving part, and somehow fused, creating kind of an opening there. That's pretty darn unique for a madrone tree for sure. So that's pretty cool. And then at the base of this other madrone, there's this nice shelter that is definitely a live home for something right now. So pretty cool to see. So in this same area of the forest, under this beautiful madrone, there is this vine that comes down, and there's the base of it. So this is a poison oak vine. That is quite impressive, and definitely something you don't want to go touching. Not only for poison oak, not only the leaves are have an allergic reaction to, but the wood itself as well. So that's quite impressive. Some more old growth redwood logs. Got one there, another there, and a little hard to see behind the oak leaves, but yet another one right there. Just so beautiful. There's the poison oak vine crawling up the beautiful madrone that we were just looking at. But just something about redwood. So well preserved. Takes such a long time to rot away. That's why it's such a good building material. Why it was in such demand. And all the pretty much all the old growth redwood were logged back in the day. All right, well, that is going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for hanging out with me as I spend some time in the redwood forest here. I'm going to grab the ash, the box of ash, and head back up to the house. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy and take care.